What's up, everybody? Welcome to a solo one, two, three count, a wrestling podcast where I'm here to talk to you about everything that's been going on in professional wrestling this week and last week since we weren't on. Um, First and foremost, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment underneath. Let us know how you're feeling about everything going on in the wrestling business. And I do have a question for you, but I'll get to that in a second. Secondly, I want to say congratulations to our co-host Chris. Him and his wife just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. So congratulations on becoming a new dad. You know, he's in school. He's also goes on his Twitch stream where he's playing Marvel Rivals. Don't know if he's playing it this week or not. So, but check him out. Chaos King underscore 245. Might be saying it wrong, but you can also check some of our previous videos. And also again, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We always are on our personal social medias, and we're on the Three Count Pod. So definitely hit us up. Darius is doing some work stuff, getting his channel together where he does reactions, while me, I um I do Pulse of the Ring where I interview local indie talent. I have some videos up right now with the likes of Chico Adams, the Killionaires, uh, Leon Ruff, Nick's the Goddess, K Toomer, et cetera, et cetera. Don't forget to check that out. I drop videos almost every Monday. It's been a little bit of a struggle because, shoot jobs get in the way. But you're not here to hear me complain about first world problems. You're here to talk to me or listen to me talk about wrestling. So, as we all know, unless you're under a rock, AJ Lee has returned to the WWE after about 10 years of going on a journey. She is a actor. She's ran WOW, which is Women of Wrestling. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. Shout out to Penelope Pink. Um, and also she is an author, you know, bestseller like her opponent. It's Becky Lynch. So Friday, CM Punk, well, they're in Chicago. CM Punk was talking to Becky, basically said that he doesn't hit a woman, which people brought up that he gave a GTS to Becky, or not Becky Lynch, but Beth Phoenix. Didn't hit her. He needed her. Two different things. Um, but out came AJ Lee. The crowd went crazy, as so did I. Me and my fiance were watching something different because I don't watch SmackDown right now. And I had to turn on YouTube, like, nope, we got to watch this. So, AJ Lee got in the ring, double legged. Becky gave her a nice little shiner that we saw on Monday Night Raw, which led to Becky forgetting to grab her IC title. Monday Night Raw comes, AJ Lee comes out wearing Becky's IC title uh, to get her IC title back and not get punched in the face. Her and her husband, Seth Rollins, had to agree to a mixed tag team match with AJ Lee and CM Punk at WrestlePalooza. And, well, that match is now on the card. WrestlePalooza is actually turning out to be a pretty big card. But as much as I would love to be there, I won't be there. But I need to stop saying but it's okay. um, AJ Lee have told everybody that she went on a journey to find herself, got everybody to chant therapy, which, yes, if you need help, definitely go find some. It is okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. Like, everybody has stuff going on in their life. I do, a co host do, but we try to do our best to get by and not do it in a reckless manner. So whatever you can do to not recklessly, like, hurt yourself or anybody else, definitely find help. Again, going back to wrestling. Um, WrestlePalooza, like I said, is turning out to be a decent show. So besides, AJ Lee, CM Punk versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. We also have Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky for the vacant WWE Women's Heavyweight title. We also are going to have Brock Lesnar and John Cena's last appearance in Indianapolis, which I wish I could go, but yeah, there's a reason why, and I'll maybe get into that. We have the Usos teaming up again, reforming to take on the Tribal Thief and Braun Breaker, Braun Bronze. And I believe that's the current card for WrestlePalooza, which we also do know that um, they're going to be running up against AEW's All Out, which that card is starting to fill up as well. Oh, here we go. Some highlights from AJ Lee's promo. She introduced herself as your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. She went on a mental health journey. Um, and yeah, it's great to see her back in the WWE ring. Um, AJ Styles, not AJ Styles, AJ Lee. Um, AJ Lee, just like CM Punk, is somebody who wrestling fans have been chanting on and chanting for and chanting about and speculating about every year. So it's good to see them both back in the WWE. And crazy is her superpower. Um, also we had John Cena had a really great two matches, one against Logan Paul and the other one against Sami Zayn on Saturday on SmackDown, sorry. Um, where he's just pulling out everybody's moves. John Cena's just like, I don't know. Somebody else's move. It's pretty enjoyable. Um, and I like that he's no longer a heel. I hated heel Cena. So stupid to do. I'm glad he's back in the face. And again, they set up Brock Lesnar and John Cena at WrestlePalooza. There's other stuff going on. I'm gonna tell you about the All Out card for what we have at the moment. We have the AEW Women's World Championship, Tony Storm versus Tekla versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander. We have Mercedes Moné versus Riho for the TBS Championship. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR. John Moxley and Darby Allin in a coffin match. MJF and Mark Briscoe are having a match, which Briscoe will tell on Collision what stipulation is going to be. I think it's going to be if Briscoe wins, he gets the contract, which I'm all for. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP versus the Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. And supposedly we're getting Hangman versus Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada versus Kinosuke Takeshita, and still don't have matches for Brodito and the Ops. That could have changed. I wasn't able to watch Dynamite last night because I was at a birthday party for my god brother. Um, but going on, it has come to wrestling's attention that there not might be two WrestleManias coming soon. Um, we obviously know next year is going to be in Las Vegas, but it was just announced unofficially that Saudi is going to be hosting the 2027 WrestleMania. While listening to Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer, it's very mixed on if they're going to do two WrestleManias that year, but it coincides with it being 300 years since Saudi Arabia became its own country. So they want to do something special, and that's why 2027 is getting WrestleMania when they wanted to do 2028. And that also coincides with why like UFC will be doing a show at the White House, I believe next year, because that's the 200th and whatever, 250th since America has been America. So is what it is. I'm not a fan of UFC. Hell, I'm not even a fan of TKO right now. Um, and that's mainly because, Saudi Arabia getting Mania, everybody knew that was going to happen. They're already getting the Royal Rumble next year. So that only makes sense that, bam, they're going to get the first WrestleMania not to be the in North America. So how do I feel about it? I don't know. Um, uh, Me, like most people, understand that TKO is only about money. They don't care about what the fans think. Hell, even Bruce Pritchard say he does. The WWE doesn't care what people online say. They care about what people who buy tickets say. Which that is a stupid statement. He's a fucking idiot. We do buy tickets, and that's going into what I want to talk about now. WrestlePalooza is in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's where I live. I am priced out right now when it comes to WrestlePalooza and WWE in general. As I stated on prior videos, I went to the Royal Rumble last year to get two tickets for floor seats. They were $600 each. Spent like 1,200, 1,300 with some change. The equivalent of that right now for WrestlePalooza is $1,000 for floor seats, and the prices are going to keep going up. I forget who Brian Alvarez was talking about, but basically he said Vince McMahon made it so families could come to shows. Phew, I mean, I guess, but they are making it so only the rich can come to the shows, um, and not to expect any lower prices of tickets anytime soon. Which that sucks because we're supposed to be getting WrestleMania here. We're supposed to be getting a hot SummerSlam here. Well, obviously SummerSlam is hot, but I meant hot WrestleMania because that's what I like to call SummerSlam. Coined by one Simon Miller, so give him a shout out. Um, it's it makes me enjoy alternative wrestling like AEW, like TNA, like going to indie wrestling shows, which again I will always preach. Go to your local indie wrestling show. You never know who's going to be there. You never know who's there is going to make it to the big time. $200 for nosebleeds for one ticket in a bad like section. For that same price, I can go to multiple indie wrestling shows. Just it is what it is. I just wish more people would understand. Like indie wrestling is the soul, the lifeblood of professional wrestling. While the major promotions are great, don't get me wrong, indie wrestling definitely needs a lot more love than what people are willing to give it. But that's also why I enjoy things like AEW, TNA. AEW's tickets, people will shit on them for the longest time, but they are affordable. You can take a family of four and still be able to get merch and a drink if you want one. So definitely, it's almost time for bands to really start speaking on what they want. And how do you speak to these corporations? You speak to them with your money and your time. Again, I can only watch Raw because it's on Netflix. I don't have cable. I don't plan on getting cable. I have way too many streaming services to even care about cable. So I don't watch SmackDown. I don't watch NXT. Uh, not watching Evolve, and who cares about LFG? I do watch one episode of AEW, whether that is a Dynamite or Collision, because I do have HBO Max. And, it really makes me miss the WWE Network. We took that so for granted. Um, just bring it back, man. Bring back the WWE Network. But the question I do have for everybody, I believe AJ Lee and Becky Lynch will be fighting for the Intercontinental title at not this pay per view because obviously they're in the mixed tag, but the next one. So it got me thinking, of which I've been thinking for a while since they brought the secondary championships up. Who's going to be the first woman to be the Grand Slam champion? As of right now, Becky Lynch is in the running. Like, all she has to do is win the United States title. But you do have people like Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Charlotte Flair. I believe they're Bailey. Um, yeah. Who do you think will be the first woman to be the Grand Slam champion? Leave a comment underneath and let us know. And it's really all I have for right now. So until next week, hopefully we can get everybody back on. Having a new baby, Chris is gonna be tired. Darius is gonna be like working his butt off. My best friend's gonna be in town, so I don't know. We're gonna have to because All Out's next week and wrestling, wrestling. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a short one. I just had to get some stuff off my chest. But before I go, I just want to let you know that everything that you go through it can either teach you something. Actually, can everything could teach you something. You can learn from it. Don't let any bad thing get you down because it's a minor setback for a like even better comeback. And also remember, like my shoulder says, you can't really read it, but I will tell you, a sound mind dwells within a sound body and a sound soul. That was probably too loud. Just keep like pushing, and until next T, I'll see you later. Peace.